Well, in 2004, I was making a TV show, which was it was a historical documentary that they asked me to do. And then I visited one place in the northeast of Mexico, close the border with Texas, which was kind of the origin of the Mexican Revolution, yeah. And then staying there in this town, there was one guy, an old man, who asked me if I wanted to visit a ranch called Cuates de Australia, which in English maybe mean the twins of the Australian twins, yeah. And when I was there, I heard the story of an exodus. And they told me that they had to make an exodus in order to escape from the drought every year. And that they have to wait for the rain to come back home. So for me, it was like a really metaphorical kind of story. Metaphorical story which could tell me about the cycles of life in people, yeah. So I decided to make a film because when I was a kid, my father used to bring me to all these cattle ranches, and I always wanted to make a film of cowboys. So I found a chance to do it and to live with them for 3 years. Well, it was a matter of patience. Because I was there for 3 years, I could wait for things to happen, yeah? So there were long days without shooting anything, sometimes weeks, yeah? But I was not in a hurry because in a way I was also living the experience of living in the middle of nowhere, isolated, with no light, with no communications, only with the cattle and the people, yeah? And the environment, the desert, which is a really strong thing to leave the desert. So I was not in a hurry.
En el nombre del Padre y del Hijo. Brian Nelson, yo te bautizo en el nombre del Padre y del Hijo. Y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
Outside the house that I had there, that someone lent me, I had a small chair and I was just sitting there for long hours just watching what was going on there. Sometimes nothing was there because when the heat time comes, it's maybe 50 Celsius outside, yeah? So everybody is indoors. But I was waiting there, and then suddenly the people started to approach to the house because I was like a weirdo, yeah, like a weird guy in the middle of nowhere, and they wanted to know who I was, yeah? So a lot of sequences started in front of my house, a lot of them. So I was with the camera here, the soundman was reading a book inside, waiting for the action call, yeah? And then two kids started to talk. And I was just sitting there reading but listening to them. And then I took the camera and I called the soundman and we started to shoot. For example, no? When there was a fight in the other side, or there was another guy who came with me and say, come, there's a horse. There's a horse that is not making it because of the drought. And then I went with him, first to shoot with the camera, and then to try to help the cattle or to help them. So in a way, I was shooting a film, but I was also living that lifestyle for 3 years. So it was quite an experience, yeah. In 3 years, we only shoot 43 hours. Wow. In 3 years. So that time that we spent without shooting but writing and making an observational thing there helped a lot during the editing room because it took us 6 months to edit the whole film with 45 minutes, yeah. And then when you are telling the story of an exodus because of the drought, then you know that you have at least 3 arrival ports. Yeah, one is the beginning, then you have to build everything in order to make the drought and to tell how the town is dying, and then the Exodus is another port that you have to edit, and then the rain come. Yeah, so the structure was we solved the structure before the editing room. Then we started to change everything and include sequences, but we didn't have thousands of hours, only 45 hours, and with that we made the film.